What's up, guys? I'm Vookum. We're getting tattooed right now. Vookum, how did I come up with the name?
Like, who is Vukum? Like, if you explain to somebody who Vukum is, who is Vukum?
Vookum is me. I've become this personality now on the internet for the better part of 4 years. So, just me. It's really nothing more to it. It's the name of my business, and people call me Vookum now. So I guess I am Vookum, but my real name's Tyler. And I'm just, normal kid that grew up in Central Jersey. And now I'm getting tattooed while we're doing a podcast. So I got into watches in 2018. My best friend's dad, while I was growing up, kind of helped me get started in the business and taught me the business. And then over the years, I ended up just hopping on TikTok first, and just from there making videos that ended up blowing up. But that was never the plan, the videos blowing up. I just wanted to sell more watches. So, So the first watch I sold, it was 2 watches. It was 2 Omega Speedmaster Reduced. The reference number, if you want to put a picture of them in there, is 3510.50. It's two Omega Speedmaster Reduced. I paid probably $1,600 each, and I sold them for $1,850 each on eBay. And this is like back in the day. This is like, not back in the day, but like 2019, 2018.
You're a social worker.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get back a watch? And you said you would never sell it again?
Yes, I did. So I got, it was the first Rolex I ever sold. It's a Rolex Date, reference number 15000. So I was walking on the street one day, and it was probably one of my first 5 customers, and it was the first Rolex I ever sold. And he stops me. He's like, "Yo," I'm like, "Oh my God." Shows me. He's like, "I still have the watch. It's not running anymore, but I just wear it." I was like, "Can I buy it from you?" And at the time, it was worth probably $3,000 maximum, $2,800 maximum, and I paid like $3,500 just because I wanted it. I still have it in my closet.
Do you ever wear it?
No.
You're not a big watch guy.
I don't wear watches. I do wear watches, but not really. Like, I'll toss one on if I'm working in the shop. I'll toss one on and I'll put it back after. I'm not like a big watch guy. I don't really wear them at all. If it's my birthday, I might wear like a shitty Datejust. Not a shitty Datejust, but the first Rolex I ever bought myself for my personal use from the authorized dealer. I'll toss that on. But that's like the only watch that I personally own that I will never sell.
What was that watch you bought from the dealer?
It was a 2-tone rose gold Datejust with a chocolate stick dial. Mm-hmm. It's the nicest Rolex Datejust you'll ever see. And the reference number on that is 126331. It has a Jubilee bracelet and a fluted bezel with the chocolate dial with like white sticks as time indicators.
How is your mind work that you know all these fucking reference numbers like the back of your hand?
So I guess it's just experience and just handling so many of them over time. Obviously, 7 years of experience is not that much compared to other guys in the street that have been doing this for 40 or 50 years. But I guess it's just experience. I never tried to sit down and memorize reference numbers or, serial numbers. If you tell me a serial number, I could tell you what year the watch is now, like without looking it up. But I think that all just comes from experience and doing it every single day for, many hours straight every day. So I guess that's where it comes from.
Can you tell a fake really fast?
I can tell a fake from, you see the fucking person walking down there?
Right.
100 yards away, I can see it from here. They're very obvious to me as to the untrained eye.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to tell if you're standing holding 2 of them, comparing them, but to me, I could tell instantly. All the new Vukums out there. At first it bothered me when I first started making content and I started blowing up. And I would notice all these people were kind of copying, or they were like kind of coming up off of a style that I made. It was bothering me, but then over the years, I guess my brain just matured, or I started making more money and didn't give a shit. So I don't know, I don't really care anymore. But at first it definitely did bother me because I was like, these guys are profiting off of something that came out of my brain, and that's annoying. But, you know, I just kind of learned it's almost like flattering. Every single time I've tried to come up with a new idea, the first one was just the vlogs, you know, the vlog style videos, the quick vlogs. And then I went from that to doing the live Rolex negotiations. And then after the live Rolex negotiations, it was fast flips. And then I said, how can we make a fast flip video even crazier? And then I said, well, what if we just put multiple attempts to sell the same watch into one video? So then I started doing that because that's like the most realistic form of the fast flip videos and the live negotiations. That's the most uncut, raw form you're gonna get, is the actual process of me having the watch. And then, because everybody on the videos is just seeing the final result of me selling it to the final person I went to, but they're not seeing how many failed attempts it took to get to somebody that actually was interested in the watch. So we called that series Desperate Times for Desperate Measures because I was desperate to sell the watch. So I would go to, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6 vendors at a time, show them the watch, try to sell it to them, and just hope it sold. And then eventually we would hit on somebody.
What's the watch you never got?
The watch I never got?
Yeah, like the you couldn't buy.
I couldn't buy? I never really tried to buy a watch I couldn't buy. Yeah, there was never anything out there. I mean, I've made offers and they were, obviously they said no before, but yeah, there's never like a watch where I was like, ah, fuck, I really want this in the shop or in the collection, and that never really happened.
What's the craziest watch you ever sold?
Craziest watch I ever sold? Again, nothing that crazy. I mean, I've had crazy flips before where I've bought a watch for $40,000 and sold it for $80. And what was that? You saw that one? Yeah, it was like a vintage Daytona. But that's like a one-off thing. Like, I don't want people to see that video and think that that happens every day, because it doesn't. But, you know, I guess you could call it, I had my hustle, and then I had the expertise of like a vintage expert at the time. And we kind of worked together on it, sold it, and made our money and split it, and that was it, yeah. It was very quick, yeah. I bought it in a stairwell.
I think I watched it. I was like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. I was just saying it out here. It's like, it's so many people doing the same thing in such a small space.
Yeah.
Store.
Yep.
That you could buy your window. If you don't have the window, people are not walking into you.
Mm-hmm.
And they walk in, somebody else grabs it.
Yeah.
It's like a sneaky game.
Yeah.
You know, you have to be quick, and you have to make a name for yourself. So
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Because you're walking past, just looking, they're going to go through 14 other people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a lot of the people without social media now are eventually, they're not going to, I don't want to say die out, but their business is going to be much slower than that of someone who does have a large social media presence.
And what's next for you?
What's next for me? I'm just going to keep grinding my store, then move into a bigger store and a bigger store, and then have maybe multiple locations, or just focus on one store and just do fucking numbers out of it, and go from there. So right now I'm in an exchange, which is just a shared space with other vendors as well. I guess it's kind of like a tattoo shop, right? Each tattoo artist is their own business for the most part, and then they kick up something to the owner of the place. In this case, you're not kicking up anything to the owner of the place, you're just paying rent. So eventually I'd like to have my own store on 47th Street. And then from there, grow that store, potentially open up more, but I don't know. I feel like you kind of lose your audience, or you kind of lose what it is that makes you special when you're not showing up every day and putting in the work. Like, you know, I could have multiple stores, but if I'm not in the store all the time, people are coming to see me. They're not coming to see a sales guy. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you want to be in the store every day, putting in the same amount of work as the sales guys that are with you, or, you know, nobody's going to want to show up if they find out you're not in the store ever. If you're in the store once or twice a week, or again, never, then they're not going to want to come anymore. So I wanted a tattoo ever since I was 16. When I turned 18, I got my first tattoo, which is this one on my left shoulder here. It's a St. Michael. And, okay, cool, yeah, it's a St. Michael. And then from there, I just started, I think I waited like a year or two to get the next tattoo, but then I got this like sailboat on my arm, if you could see it inside of the sleeve. And then I started a full leg sleeve, and then I filled in this sleeve. And then I started getting these American traditional style tattoos. So I'm gonna keep this arm here. I'll probably do a half sleeve on this and just go from the elbow down and only do American traditional style.
Which tattoo hurt the worst?
My kneecap, that shit sucked. Yo, the worst part about the kneecap is nobody tells you it fades, but I do jiu-jitsu. So I got the tattoo and I went back to rolling like a week or two after I got it. Didn't get infected or anything, but after a month and a half, 2 months, 2.5 months, it's fully fucking faded. So it looks like shit.
You're rubbing on it.
Yeah, so I went through all that pain, and it took like 4.5 hours because it's a really detailed galaxy. And because we couldn't think of anything else to put on a fucking kneecap. But it's a galaxy and it's all faded to shit now. So maybe one day we'll touch that up.
What do you want? What's your main goal at the end of everything? Is it stores? Is it?
Where I'm at right now, I'm more of like a short-term goal-oriented person. So I'm not thinking, 5-10 years into the future. I know I'm going to be very successful in 5 to 10 years, but right now I'm just like, okay, let's get this store doing fucking numbers every day. Let's go, short-term goal is to open up a store, obviously, but like a standalone store, not a booth inside of an exchange. So that would be the only goal right now. But yeah, I mean, 5 to 10 years, I want multiple houses. I want all the things that people want, like the normal person would want.
I always ask this question. I'm trying to see if there's an answer in your realm. I always ask everybody, who's their Mount Rushmore?
Okay, what does that mean?
Who's their top? Like, who they look up to? Who are their people? Like, who paved the way? Like, who's the top of their game? Who do you respect?
To be honest with you, lately I haven't really been looking up to anybody, but when I first started in the business world, and when I first realized that you can make money without working a 9-to-5 job, Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I started watching all his videos when I was about 16 to 17 years old. And that's when my mindset started changing of, okay, do good in school, in college, and then go get a good job, and then try to get a high-paying job and live paycheck to paycheck. So when I was 16, my whole mindset kind of shifted because I read that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And ever since then, I looked up to basically all those social media influencers that you'll see throughout the years, like when I was 18, 19, 20. Grant Cardone was a big guy that I looked up to. Now I think he's kind of just a dick in a respectful way, I say that. But Grant Cardone, I watched the Jordan Belfort podcast all the time. And I would also listen to these podcasts and audiobooks on my way into my first office when I was 18. I've read a lot of books, so I can't really tell you one person that I look up to now, but I could just name a bunch from like back then.
What would you tell your 16-year-old self?
You end up doing good. That's about it. Invest in Bitcoin. you little fucking dick. Invest in Bitcoin right now.
$100 in? What piece of advice you could give somebody? You have a big fan base. You have collectors. But you also have entrepreneurs and all that stuff that look up to you now.
Yeah.
And what are you, like 20?
25.
25. That's fucking crazy.
How old were you gonna say? I'm just curious.
I thought you were like 26,
26, 27?
27.
Okay.
25.
Yep.
But what would you tell these 60-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds? You have a fan base. They're like, hey, I want to be you.
Yeah.
I want to be Tyler. I want to be these guys. I want to be you. You made a success. You put your balls on the wall and made something for yourself. What would you say to people who follow you?
Yeah. So the first thing I would say is that time is your greatest asset. I learned that at a younger age, so I kind of took advantage of that information and did what I could. But time is your greatest asset. If you realize, or if you take a second and you look at what you're doing in life and you realize that you might be wasting time, or you're not really focusing on what your long-term goals are, or you're not taking steps to achieve those goals, I would make a major shift in your lifestyle and figure out how to game plan the next few years and not fucking waste them like an idiot. Again, I never really wasted time. I mean, maybe when I first dropped out of college, right when I dropped out of college, I might have wasted like a couple months, but I've been on it for the past 7 years now, just going. So that's what I would say, is just understand that time is something that you're not going to get back ever. So don't waste it. Yeah, my social media accounts are at Vukum on pretty much everything except YouTube. It's at Vookum Media on YouTube. And yeah, shoot me a follow if you like my content, or if you like me on here, shoot me a follow. Inked NYC, right? Follow Inked NYC. They're good guys. They came out and tatted me.